What is up, guys? Sizzlin' Summer Kackis here. Thank you so much for stopping by, and today, Bungie released a ton of information about their next upcoming summer event, Solstice of Heroes. So, let's dive into it. What exactly is going on with this event? Well, it's launching next reset on July 30th and runs until August 27th. So that's pretty much an entire month long. This is a pretty big event. So, what's going on during it? Well, as you're participating with this event, as long as it's live, Elemental Kills will award you with elemental orbs. Picking up these orbs will let you complete objectives to upgrade your armor. You can create whatever orbs you need for the objective you are working to achieve. You can also collect 30 orbs that match the daily element to apply an elemental buff for a brief time. So, more about how these elemental orbs work, because these are kind of the key of this entire event. So, for the solar elemental buff, equip your solar subclass and weapons to generate solar orbs. Then collect them to wield the solar elemental power, which is, while empowered, guardians emit a burning wave of energy that damages anything around them. So remember how that works. It has to be the daily element solar, and then you use your subclass and weapons to kill enemies. They pop solar orbs out of them. Once you collect 30 solar orbs, then you will get this empowering ability where you damage nearby enemies. Okay, so let's move on to the Void Elemental buff. Equip your Void subclass and weapons to generate Void orbs, then collect them to wield their Void Elemental power. Crouch while empowered to become invisible and gain True Sight plus enhanced ability regeneration. Alright, moving on to Arc. So, here, while empowered, Guardians move with enhanced speed and deal greater melee and sword damage. And they say that these effects will last for a short time or until you are defeated by your enemies. Have no fear, these buffs will not be in competitive or Gambit Prime. And that's kind of eliminating what happened with the Revelry event, which a lot of people really did not like. Alright, so that whole feature of Solstice of Heroes sounds pretty cool. It seems like if you want that buff, you have to match the daily element, but if you're looking to upgrade your armor, for example, if you need arc orbs, you can go and get that even if the daily element is solar, for example. So hopefully that's the case. Otherwise, it's going to take way longer to upgrade your armor if you can only produce the orbs, or they only count if it's the daily rotating element. But that aside, the entire buff thing, it definitely solves the problems of Revelry. I wonder how often orbs are going to be produced. Like, how easy is it going to be to get to those 30 orbs, and how long will that buff last? It can kind of somewhat be annoying because it's not something you can control when activating it. You kind of just get to 30 orbs and it automatically goes on. So you could kill the last enemy and then it activates your buff and then there's no one around. That could be a little annoying, but we'll have to see how that plays out. Moving on from there, that's not it. We also have what's called combat meditations. So it says, Eva and Ikora have created a new ritual for you to hone your skills and take full advantage of the new elemental buffs. You will be going to an entirely new area called the European Aerial Zone, EAZ, to take on Hive, Cabal, or Fallen enemies. This is a new 3-player match-made activity that can be launched from the Tower or Director. Okay, so that's pretty cool. More about it is as follows. Your goal will be to defeat as many mini-bosses as possible before the time expires. When your time runs out, you will face off against a final boss. Once the boss is defeated, you will set out across the European Aerial Zone in search of treasure chests. The more mini-bosses you defeat, the more treasure will await you. It also says the chests contain Solstice packages that you can open with Solstice key fragments, earned by completing any activities during Solstice of Heroes. Consider them similar to Essence of Dawning. And what's in these packages? Well, here it is. The Solstice Packages award, firstly, rare and legendary gear, enhancement cores, and materials. It says, once you've earned legendary Solstice armor, Solstice Packages will award you with additional armor so you can hunt for roles with enhanced perks, which is pretty sweet. And it says collecting all of the Solstice legendary armor sets on all 3 classes gives you access to the EV37 Void Streak Exotic Sparrow shown right here. So, that whole activity, I am totally down for. I really like how you're defeating as many mini-bosses as possible in that set time limit. It's going to eliminate some of the problems of the Revelry, where you could technically go infinite, and then you were at odds with your match-made teammates who they wanted to keep going because they didn't know any better, and you knew that you could defeat all the bosses, so you were killing enemies at all, and that could lead to some frustrating scenarios. This sounds a little bit better designed. I am really interested in the fact that, okay, you just randomly have all these chests spawn all over the map. Like, how big is the map? Can they spawn, like, completely on the other side at the beginning? You're going to have to, like, figure out where all the spawn points are so you can go and get as many of these chests as possible. That sounds pretty sweet. But here's the thing. There's actually more to this event than just that. It isn't just getting armor. It's also the process of upgrading your armor. Specifically, Bungie says Solstice of Heroes armor sets will need to be upgraded from their drained, uncommon state to their renewed, rare state. Completing the armor upgrade process will grant you the Majestic Legendary set. To upgrade the armor, Guardians must complete a variety of objectives on each armor piece before advancing to the next set, somewhat like the last Solstice of Heroes. There will be a final set of objectives available to unlock the Masterwork version of the set. But there's something really interesting as well. Bungie admits that upgrading these armor sets will be fun, but also time-consuming, and it's a pretty feels-bad-man moment when Shadowkeep releases and this is obsolete. Well, they've made the decision that when Shadowkeep releases, based on player feedback, we are going to make your Solstice of Hero armor the first set of Armor 2.0 you will receive, assuming you earn it, of course. So, whatever full legendary sets you earn will now have their Armor 2.0 versions waiting for you to pick up from the gunsmith when Shadowkeep releases. So, you're playing Titan, you earn the full legendary set. If you upgrade everything but the helmet, I don't think it's going to count. So you have to upgrade absolutely everything to legendary, and if you do, as soon as Shadowkeep comes out, that armor itself is going to be obsolete, but you can go to the gunsmith and interact with him, and he's going to give you the same version of the Solstice set, an entire set of armor, but it's all going to be upgraded with the new Armor 2.0 system. And that Armor 2.0 is going to have a lot of features. It has energy values, which let you equip multiple mods with the same armor piece, like way more mods than you can equip right now. Mods are weighted differently, so you can have multiple combinations of mods on the same armor piece. You can switch them all the time. Not only that, but Armor 2.0 features intellect, strength, and discipline stats as well, which boost your super, melee, and grenade recharge rate respectively, so they're going to be more powerful than any of the armor you have right now. But of course, as with any event, there's also going to be stuff happening in the Eververse store. However, the good news is that Bungie says all of the Solstice of Heroes stuff is purchasable with silver or bright dust. It's not just silver, and that's fantastic. So firstly, there's armor glows right here, which it honestly looks pretty darn sweet. And Bungie says that these glows will be active after Solstice of Heroes ends, thank goodness, unlike the Revelry glows, which was kind of disappointing. Here's a look at some of the items in the Eververse store. Hold on, is that a ghost with a single sunglass shade on? That is the best thing I've ever seen. I am getting that. Oh my goodness. Then we've got, of course, the ghost in the life raft. After that, we've got the buntiest sparrow. This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. None of you guys better get this. And then after that, we've got some emotes previewed here. So, Pretty substantial event. Definitely the fact that you can upgrade this armor set and it's going to be your first armor 2.0 set. I think that's the main sticking point. That's such a powerful feature, and it's going to get all the hardcores interested in this event as well. Guys, that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed, learned something new, found this informative. If you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickKackis. That's linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.